Good day everyone, I am Christine Joy Gonzaga and these are my group mates, Angeline Matore, Lara Dalos, and Jerona de los Reyes. And today we're going to present to you the problems encountered by learners and how to deal with them in learning English as a foreign language as one of the requirements for the subject ELS 149 Issues and Perspectives in English Across Professions. Problems encountered by learners and how to deal with them in learning as a foreign language. The role of English around the world as the most widely used language has shown its charm for students who wish to continue their education in higher level. In Indonesia, many jobs require English as a basic skill and it becomes the main language to be used in society at large, for example, in business, politics, education, and the media. Louder 2010 and in certain fields such as medicine, banking, tourism, diplomacy, and the language of computing. This according to Muhammad 2018. According to Riandari 2004, in order to compete and survive in the world of work globally, graduate university needs to require and master English as their basic competency. This statement is true because English language is absolutely central to our learning. Without it, you cannot make sense or communicate your understanding of the subject. You will need to develop your language skills and specifically your academic English in order to understand to make the most effective use of your study materials. However, eagerness to master English is not as simple since learning a new language which is totally different from the first language is not easy task to do. Indeed, it is a long and complex process which needs patience throughout the learning process. It is due to the fact that a learner needs to pay attention to every single aspect of new language such as grammar and culture. It is according to Brown 2000. In reality, many language students are only motivated to learn English at the beginning but become confused and unmotivated during the process of their study due to some reasons. Genders 2010 pointed out in her study that many factors can cause the decrease of student motivation, which are grouped into two factors. Those are first, inside school factors involving students and teachers, such as low achievement throughout the process of learning, the feeling of being unable to achieve the learning target, and students' effort that have not the maximal difficult material, teaching methods, and techniques. Secondly, outside school factors such as the influence of family and friends and learning activities outside the school time.
Of motivation in learning English. It is widely known that motivation plays an important role in order to master English as a foreign language, according to Alizadi 2016. It is used to determine the student's readiness to take part in English learning activities. Hence, the chance for a student to be successful or fail depends on the level of their motivation. To get involved in any activities, so in other words, students are referred to be successful if they are highly motivated, while students failed if is caused by low motivation or worse, demotivated. So one of the researchers pioneer in motivation, according to Garner 1985, that he stated that there are four factors as the basic reasons for students to be motivated in foreign language learning. Those are a goal, effortful behavior, as desire to attain goals, and attitude. This statement means that as a student, it is necessary to build good study habit in order to satisfy the need, whether it is for internal needs such as desire to achieve good grades or the external needs such as satisfying family. So the problem in learning English. It is vital to recognize the problem encountered by foreign language learners during their learning process. From researchers' perspective, the barriers in learning English are varied according to Akbari 2015. So he pointed out that the main obstacle for students to learn English is environments that do not support them to be familiar with English. As a result, students are not get used to using the target language, resulting laziness to use it in the daily conversation. Another case with Muhammad in 2018 who contended that students encounter difficulties in learning for a foreign language due to cultural differences. Even though they know many vocabularies, the students do not understand various expressions in English and are confused to use the English word in correct way. So hence, having little contact with the native speakers and being unfamiliar with the use of language make the students struggle to use the target language, resulting to low motivation toward learning English language.
Furthermore, encountering bothersome and foreign language learning may affect the progress in learning. Swartz and Tiller 2000, page 3 to 4 mention some reasons for students' lack of expected progress. Those are: number 1, problem with academic language skills due to limited knowledge towards the target language. Number 2, ineffective learning habits which can be source of unsuccessful learning. Number 3, native language intervention during the study. Number 4, problem with teaching methods conducted by teacher which are not suitable learner's preference. And 5, stress or trauma that has been experienced by a learner resulting difficulties in concentration. The chance of those reasons to exist in students' life can be influenced by many factors. According to Bangsa et al. 2013, some factors can lead students to have low achievement in learning English as following. Number 1, students consider English language as difficult subject. As English is a foreign language which is entirely different with the first language, students experience difficulties to learn in the target language. Number 2, students do not know how to construct their own learning as teacher applies teacher-centered method where students regard as teacher is the only source. Number 3, lack of support from student milieu to use the target language such as family and community. Therefore, in everyday life, they do not have eagerness to practice the language. Number 4, problems with unavailable material resulting to lack vocabularies in English. Many students have difficulties to find good material that can support their learning. Number 5, problems with the function of the language for immediate use. Students do not find it necessary to learn English as they do not use the language in everyday life and do not think forward the need of their future. Number 6, negative attitude and motivation toward English. And that problem in learning a new language can come from internal and external factors which can influence student motivation to learn. Internal factors encountered by the student are varied, for example, lack of learning strategies or willingness to learn the target language. Alterman 2004, being lazy to learn whether in the class or outside the class, according to Chang 2010, and the problem with the management, Bingo 2013.
What makes English language difficult to learn? Data revealed that students encountered problems due to difficulties to adapt in a new language. In this section, participants revealed problems that they have encountered in their study. First, problem with the grammar. Second, problem with the pronunciation. Third, problem with academic writing. Building up the motivation to learn English. Autonomous learning. A. Using interesting games. B. Being connected with environment. C. Watching wet movies and listening to West songs. And D. Internet help. Family and friends support. Lectures are role models. Be diligent. Therefore, learning English may not an easy task to do as there are a lot of hindrances along the way. But with enough motivation and dedication to learn English as a foreign or a second language, it's not that impossible to reach the level of proficiency that is as good as a native speaker.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cool shade stunner, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I